Hello, collective. Welcome into Infinite Light and Love 888. I am Juka, and welcome to your reading. Today's message is going to be very spiritual in nature. So, if that sounds like something that you're going through, this could definitely be your message. Just a reminder, take only what fits. If it doesn't resonate, if you're trying to fit that in there like a puzzle piece that doesn't belong to this puzzle, it's just not your message. So let it go and allow it to be received by those who it is meant for. Every message is not for the entire collective, and you're a very powerful being. And remember that as you listen to me or any other reader or anything for that matter, okay? So, fun fact, just as I was going to hit the button, Wi-Fi came back on. It's been very intermittent today. It's gone in and out, and I was getting ready to record and I thought, "Oh, where's the music?" At 111 on the timer as I said that, and which is important. Then I realized that Wi-Fi had gone out again. So, that all correlates. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. I have a few channeled messages that I received. I just saw 133 as I was saying that. Okay. The first thing that was brought to my attention. Why am I stuttering? Goodness, this feels in and out, like the Wi-Fi. Okay. The gate is open to 2027. I had a hard time saying that. In my brain, I was thinking 2025, but 2027 is the message I got. And I was thinking, wow, as far as Chinese astrology goes, we're not even in 2026 yet. We haven't started that energy. So as of the day I'm recording this is the 6th, and the Chinese astrology New Year, February 17th. So there's something about, not only are we getting ready to step into this year, we're also preparing or stepping into something to do with 2027. And I had the message of 2 portals. And then I was kind of feeling like, well, is that exiting one portal and entering another? Or are we, and there goes the Wi-Fi again. Or are we exiting one portal and entering 2 new portals? So we're going to get into those messages. I also had the message of all natural. And there were many different ways that could be taken. And for me, it came down to a matter of perspective. And does this really fit for you? Because I was looking at it all natural. You could think of that as foods, what you're eating, your nutrition. You could think of that as a way that you dress, a way that you apply makeup, an all natural way of living, growing your own food. I feel like there's so many things out there. So please take that for how that fits for you. And then the next thing I heard was dramatic. And I thought, wow, that feels very contradictory as all natural and dramatic. It felt like 2 different energies. And the message that I received was contradictory, as in a question mark. And the question, does it have to be? So that led me to thinking, well, maybe you living an all natural, whatever form that is for you, makes you appear more dramatic to others. Maybe you're more seen. Maybe you are more dramatic in nature, as in your animalistic spirits, that you are more in that bold or dramatic energy, and that is all natural for you. So I feel like, once again, many ways to take this. You take it how it fits. Definitely a idea of many different perspectives. Distractions. Even though Wi-Fi is not working, these constant distractions on my phone. Interesting. With the Wi-Fi and the disconnect, I was picking up that this could be possibly an old energy that you are disconnecting from. And that's what's important to know going into 2026 and 2027. It's almost like, well, are we planting seeds for 2027? Or are we actually stepping into something that is going to continue to flourish? So these are things we're going to look at. What else? When I was writing that about the Chinese astrology, it was 101. And interesting, I said something about music, and it was 111 on the timer. And music has been very important today. I woke up with a melody in my head, and I was just replaying it over and over in my head. And then I was like, oh, I hear a melody in my head. And I had to record that and get that down. I felt like that was very significant and is going along with this message. So something coming in and out, a flow. The tune that I was hearing was very waltz-like. Okay. So again, with this flow, and it feels like something surprising. Whatever this disconnect is, feels like it surprised you, or will be surprising you. We're all on different phases of our journey. So depending on when you watch this, this is something that you could have just gone through, or you are getting ready to go into. Take that as that fits for you. So let's go. The gate is open to 2027. This feels bizarre to me that we haven't even started 2026, and there's a message coming through about the following year. So this is over a year from now. Card number 18, awake. You're waking up to something new. Awakening. An awakening. And I did say this was very spiritual in nature, this message that was coming through. This isn't so detailed and into the core here of like life matters, right? It's more broad than that. Broad spectrum. As I say that word, I'm thinking about sunscreen. We're entering into the year of the fire horse, which is a very strong sun energy. Broad spectrum. UV rays, UV protection, shielding yourself from something, being aware of strong energies. strong forces of light. Okay, I'm going to put that card back in and want to ask, what are these two portals that you want to talk to the collective about? What are these two portals that you want to talk to the collective about? Sunset, card number 7. The sun setting on something, that disconnecting from old energies. What else about these two portals? Okay. 3 cards came out. On the bottom is Olympus. This is speaking to me of a very strong throat chakra, speaking up, expressions. As I hold this up and seeing a broader view, I am seeing a face, hair. This feels like a goddess. This feels like a goddess, possibly Athena, something to do with, I'm hearing tumultuous, strong currents of energy coming up. Okay, this has something to do with water, though. Who is this goddess? I'm kind of feeling mermaid now. My apologies if you have not been here in a minute. I had a flood from the upstairs apartment. My apartment just finally got almost all the way finished in its repair, and they started working on the upstairs apartment yesterday. So we're just gonna flow with it and take whatever happens as messages. So pounding, those tumultuous waters. So you may be feeling very emotional. This could be a god or goddess. It does have a masculine feel to it as I say that. Okay, so we had sunset come out. Then we have the celestial realm. Yes, I said feeling that very spiritual energy. The sun setting on something. And these angelic beings seem to be surrounded and here to support you, because look how similar these towers here are and these towers of water. Something about a soothing, it's feeling very temperance like in this card. And I'm also noticing the rainbows in the wings. Something about that promise after the storm. That song, Every Little Thing's Gonna Be Alright, is playing in my head right now. Okay, what else? We have trust. What is that card? 34. Celestial realm was 26, in case you wanted to know. And again, there's these rainbow colors. Trust. Trust in the guidance that you're being given at this time. So I was saying this felt very throat chakra. And what I'm getting between these two is a time of listening. They are speaking. They're speaking. It's very angelic. Listening, music. It comes in very melodical. So they definitely could be speaking to you in song, like songs coming to your mind, or that surprise that you're singing a song and didn't even realize. That happened to me earlier today. What was it? The song was Elton John, I'm Still Standing. So something about the words in that song could be very important, because the one line that stood out to me was picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. So disconnecting from some old energy. This could be in many different contexts. It could literally be a relationship. It could be an old job. Something that's been nostalgic on your mind, has been on your mind for quite some time. You might be realizing that that's kind of eased or slowed or calmed. And then the last card that came out is card number 41, Magic. All of a sudden, that feels very ancient and is taking me back to Atlantis. This card is, as I'm seeing this, it looks like her dress flowing down, but then it also looks like it's flowing into water. I'm feeling as though there was some sort of a disconnect from past life, time of Atlantis, Lemurians coming through, which makes sense with the rainbows, and reconnecting with that power. It feels as though it's been something that's always been there. It's just like plugging it in, reconnecting, like the Wi-Fi, in and out. Okay, I'm getting a message that 2026 is going to be a time when these messages are flowing through, flowing in and out. We may feel connected and then disconnected at times, but they're saying we are always here. So there may be sensations where we feel connected or disconnected. But this is the reconnection process, a recalibration. Your body, your body couldn't handle it all at once. It would be tumultuous. So this is a flow. So there will be an influx of information, and then it will cease and allow it to calm and settle in, to integrate, and then you will learn some more. So it feels like 2026 is going to be a time of a lot of learning. And why that's so important is because something in 2027 is going to be a very magical time. I'm hearing not many people are going to notice this. But for those of you watching, something about an importance of a heads up that as you are going through life, as you are receiving communication from the divine, as you are making choices for your future, keep in mind the broader spectrum, the bigger picture, living in the here and now, and having an open enough mind to see farther than what is just good for now. Something to do with stepping out of a survival, I'm hearing, mind trap that we have been in. Expecting more from this life, expecting more from this light. Trust. Okay, all of a sudden that shell's just not wanting to stand up. I feel like this is giving us a heads up that we're going to encounter some possibly big waves. And by having this heads up, you're able to prepare for that, to make better decisions, to see the bigger picture when things are coming at you. Oh, and I mentioned too, I had the flood here. Remember that times may feel rough or tough, challenging, but in the bigger scheme of things, there is love. Wow, that's beautiful. In the bigger scheme of things, there is love. That feels like a very angelic message to all. A reminder that we are loved. From the Spirit Animal Oracle, Revealer of Truth. Wow. Don't the coyote. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. I have felt over the last couple weeks, especially this last 3 or 4 days, there was a time period that felt like it was very much a trickster energy. So we're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Or what we think are mistakes, right? When really they're not mistakes. They're just an opportunity for us to learn and see, okay, so when I did this, X, Y, and Z, this happened. So, how could I do that differently in the future to have a more aligned outcome? Okay. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck here, we have the B with community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything that you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Wow. The creator. So within this time of 2026, remember what you're going through and what you're doing and what you're experiencing. You are actually also creating 2027 and beyond. You are the creator. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm having this vision of when you go out and sow grass seed, right? And it's just kind of a thrown and scattered. There's not really you don't plant it in rows like you would other plants. It's kind of a scattering, like throwing it out there and see what grows. So it feels like a time that we're getting ready to step into of scattering all these seeds and then being mindful, what do we want to nurture and grow for the following year? Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, let's get some tarot and then, well, that was quick. Temperance, King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Page of Pentacles. There's some form of a balance coming in, a soothing, an acceptance of a promise is what I'm hearing. Accept this promise I give to you. When these emotions, as life happens, as these emotions come up, maintaining calm, maintaining balance, a focus. Do you see here this focus? Focus on trust, focus on the light, focus on the listening. So in this meditative state, listening and receiving. What was that just said? Receive. Be open to receiving sweetness. This is like how we're moving forward. And this old energy that we're disconnecting from seems to be an energy that is not very trustworthy, is not seeing the bigger picture, is self-doubting. And we're stepping away from that. So there's going to be these times when we waver. And each time then when we recognize, oh, I was self-doubting, doubting my decision or not trusting my own judgment or what have you, that every time we catch ourselves doing that, it's bringing us to a stronger foundation. Our own, I'm hearing self-solidarity. So every time this happens, we're strengthening that root chakra, that belief, that trust. Yep, I was right. We're learning very valuable lessons. We're learning a new point of stability and trust within self. I love this. I'm really being drawn here to the tea leaves. What do you want with the tea leaves here? Oh, bottom of the deck. The Hierophant. Yes, there's a new belief coming forward. No, it's not new though. It's remembering, recalling something from the past. It feels new because it's something different than what we're used to. But really, it's a very old and ancient wisdom. That feels like that's what's going to be presented in 2026, so that we can then in turn use that to produce and create and grow what we want to in 2027. As I had my eyes closed, I was seeing a bean that seemed to have like two black-eyed peas, maybe something like that. But it was in the shape of a bean, a seed that you would plant. Black-eyed peas. That makes me think of two peas in a pod. These two portals. Something is going hand in hand here. Okay, what is this from the tea leaves? What do you want us to know? I'm not... And there's a Wi-Fi back on. Chills. Oh my gosh. You're back online. Remember that first card that came out? Awaken. It feels like, hello. Wake up. It feels like there's going to be multiple awakenings. Oh, that just flipped. What was it? The bat. Take care. Enemies working against you. That feels like that disconnect. It's like you've disconnected, but they're still hanging around, if that makes sense. What else? Okay. Bottom of the deck. The throne. A position of authority. Or in authority. Position in authority. You're taking charge of your own life. That's the Emperor here. You're seeing things from a new perspective. You're learning something new. And it's allowing you, helping you take charge of your own life and not be emotionally... I'm seeing a puppet. Not being emotionally manipulated by others, by situations. Learning to go with the flow. I've just pulled that card off to set it with the... Oh, I feel a sneeze. With the Emperor. And chair empty, someone's leaving your life. That's that old energy. because you're taking the throne now. An old way of thinking that was a foundational belief is leaving your life, and you're stepping into a stronger foundation within yourself. All right, so we had the bat. There it goes again. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Oh yeah, they're going to hang around. These old ways are going to hang around. If you're coming into your prosperity, well, for sure. They're like, I want a piece of that bread. So just being aware as things flow. What else do we have? Fly, a period of ill health or depression. Maybe this is part of what you're leaving behind, because you're coming into prosperity and abundance. Maybe others feel a sadness with you disconnecting from that energy. Maybe they take it personally. That's why they're hanging around. I want a piece of that bread. I want a piece of that light, that abundance. Then we have the dragon. Beware of self-delusion. I feel like that's that over contemplation, that self-doubt. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And be careful, do not take risks. This all feels like this is all a part of this foundational energy within you that you are disconnecting from. And it's still hanging around. That's why sometimes we're going to feel it, sometimes we don't. And that's when we catch ourselves, right? Because we are awakening. Okay, it's very choppy. It's very one after another. That's catching ourselves. That we come back and we connect. And over time, that's going to smooth and be less choppy. It's just going to be smoother. I have the vision of someone like a chef chopping, I don't know, carrots. And it's, you know, when they get used to that, doing that, they can go so quickly, right? But for me, I have to stop and focus every time as I slice through something. But they have the right tools. They're sharp. And they can just right through it. We're eventually going to be able to cut through this very quickly. In the beginning, it may feel like we're really having to focus in and to do each slice of life. What do we have here? Mice, discord among family or friends. Yes, as you are awakening, I feel like 2026 could definitely have some areas that feel wobbly, and stay focused on the bigger picture, because you are scattering the seeds this year. Pardon me. Okay, sorry about that. 4000 stability. Had a tickle in my throat. So you're leaving something behind that is bringing you into a stronger foundation, and there's going to be times where it feels wobbly, and that's okay. Laugh at yourself. Every little thing's going to be all right. That song's coming back to me in my head. So I feel like that is the message. I love it. It's beautiful. I feel like these tea leaves were all examples of this energy that we are disconnecting from. It's a very lack mindset, right? Don't take risks. This energy of boastful bragging or arrogant energy. You know, maybe our ego has had kind of a hold on that, and perhaps that's a message that we're going to have some humbling moments, which is great. May not feel so good at the moment, but however, it really opens us up to see bigger pictures of things, right? Okay. Closing message. Since we're talking 2027 and upcoming 2026, let's get a message here from the Fortune Teller Oracle. What is it you would like to tell the collective about the gate is open to 2027? Are you going to go through what seeds are you going to scatter for 2027? What is the message here from the Fortune Teller's Oracle? Wow, that went clear to the floor. All right, this one's hesitating. A forgotten spell will bring unexpected joy. Yes, that's that old energy. That's something coming back. It's ancient. You're recalling, you're remembering something about a power hesitant to come out. And the more we can stabilize in the chaos is going to allow this energy to unfold and become clear. Trust the process. The universe is conspiring in your favor. Hiccups all of a sudden. Embrace calm and clarity. Let your intuition guide you. Yes. That calm and clarity. Feelings, emotions, embrace the calm. It's funny because I did just have a discussion earlier with someone about being addicted to chaos and recognizing many different places in my life where I could see, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of an addiction to chaos. And when things are peaceful, like, what do you do? If you have times where you're feeling bored or indecisive, look at that. Take a look there. Is it because the chaos is missing and you're in peace? Okay, we have a mystical journey is about to begin. Prepare yourself. Guys. Yes. All right, let's see what went to the floor here. A mystical encounter will change your path. Be prepared. This is why this message is coming in now. They want you to be prepared. That's what I said earlier. It's like giving you a heads up. Be aware. Look for the bigger picture during this phase entering into 2026. Something is going to give you a peek, a glimpse, maybe behind the veil of what 2027 is bringing. And to be aware of that, wake up. Okay, bottom of the deck, your magical abilities are growing. Use them wisely. I love this so much. I love this so much. All right, closing message. Let's get an angel number for you to seal the deal, to seal this in. If this is your message, it feels like do something to acknowledge that. There's always the comments, right? What else can you do? Something about music. Oh, I'm noticing the music is back on. Wi-Fi's working. You're connected. I'm feeling like something about bringing it in. Like taking this message and bringing it to the heart space and confirming, acknowledging, affirming. I am going to see the bigger picture. I am going to remain calm in the chaos. I am going to trust. Something about that. It's like, you know how people do New Year's resolutions, and that's what we're talking about, right? Coming up on the Chinese New Year. But there's something physical that you could do. You'll have to let me know in the comments if there's something in particular that you do. You know, it could be lighting a candle, and then whenever I put a candle out, I think about I'm embracing my own light, like I'm taking that in internally and drawing that in. As I put that light out, it still burns within. So maybe there's something special that you do too, but I'm feeling the heart space. Like I can't stop doing it. Like it feels good. Okay. Angel number for the collective. This is like sealing the deal here. Something about the number here is going to help seal the deal. We have evolution, card 567. You are evolving spiritually and emotionally, moving towards greater wisdom and understanding. 100%. Wow. That is definitely what this whole reading has been about, right? Evolving emotionally and spiritually. Head and heart. Something about the head and heart really coming together, okay? All right, we have empowerment, card number 898. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. Oh, and look. Her hands, like she's doing what I was doing, that drawing it in. It's empowering yourself by doing that. Oh, I love that. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. And we have shift, card number 565. Take a look at your life and see which areas need to be shifted to bring you more joy. Take the time to reassess your priorities and create a plan for yourself. Yes, that recalibrate that. What did I say earlier about the you may have felt nostalgic about some things. So reassess what really brings value to your life and create a plan. So as you're scattering these seeds in 2026, it's also keeping in mind about creating this plan, knowing your potential of your own power, your own magic, and creating a plan for yourself. Maybe it's a 2-year plan, right? Okay. All right, collective. This was beautiful. I am excited to see who resonates with this message. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed, if you like these messages, if you like this energy, would like more messages like this, be sure to subscribe. And I post whenever I am guided. So be sure to hit the bell so you are notified whenever those messages do come in. As I say that, this create a plan, that was also in my mind about attempting to create a schedule of days that I post this. As of this moment in time, I feel like Sunday afternoons is going to be the posting schedule that I'm going to shoot for. We'll see how that goes. I might be laughing at my own folly, but we'll see how that goes. So having a reading like this and posting once a week on Sundays is the goal as of now. We shall see how that unfolds. And oh, this is such a beautiful energy. I am thrilled for you. I'm thrilled for us. And just go out there and lead with love in everything that you do. Lead with love. I'll see you next time. Juka out.